welcome to Monster Mondays, brought to you by Grimdark Live. This is a series where we talk about different monsters in the Warhammer worlds, their lore, history, and what it would be like to fight them in the game and in real life. These videos are based on your suggestions that you leave in the comments sections down below. So if you'd like to have me cover and talk about a monster in the Warhammer worlds, just let me know in the comments of this video. Now, let us begin. It is time for Monster Monday. Today's monster is the Stonehorn. The Stonehorn is a formidable beast made of both flesh and stone. They have rock-like stone bones and can withstand most weapons. Beastclaw ogres capture Stonehorns and ride them into battle. The Stonehorns use their horns to pulverize the enemy and can deliver terrible blows with its crushing hooves. Long before the enemy catches sight of the Beastclaw raiders, they will hear the steady thunder created by the stamping and rampaging Stonehorns. Huge monsters of tangled fur and granite horns, they crush the landscape underfoot, each earth-shattering stride sending another shockwave rippling out. The size of these beasts alone does not account for this effect, even though each one is twice the height of an ogre at its shoulder. The Stonehorn skeletons and tusks are made from rock and gemstone. This makes them immensely tough, and it is common in ogre camps to hear odd tales of Stonehorns shattering cliff sides or battering down mountain peaks, and these are not exaggerations but everyday occurrences. Stonehorns live by mining rock, breaking off suitable chunks by smashing their impressive horned heads into the large face of any mountain or cliff face they can find. A Stonehorn in a destructive rage is the kind of sight that causes ogres to gape in lack-jawed wonderment, for it is a display of raw, unthinking strength. Intolerant to an extreme, a Stonehorn's first inclination is to charge any creature that comes within view. It is no mere bluff or half-hearted measure to scare off any who draw near, but instead a full-tilt attempt to use its horns and bulk to pulverize anything in its way. A Stonehorn on the charge is a boulder wrapped in muscle and hurled down from mountaintops. Anything unfortunate enough to be caught in its path is quickly turned into shattered bone and pulverized flesh, and then driven deep into the torn ground. Beastclaw raiders long ago learned to ride these enormous monsters, for few things can survive the rigors of the Allfrosten's nomadic life like a Stonehorn. They make excellent beasts of burden, and a single Stonehorn can carry the weapons and armor of a dozen ogres on its back. The strength that lets the beast carry even pairs of riders for leagues on end also allows it to smash down castle walls and barge through iron gates. Many are the keeps and dreadholds reduced to rubble by rampaging Stonehorn's charge, and when it stands over the ruins, the beast feeds upon the remnants. For Stonehorns do not like to eat meat like most living things, instead feasting on minerals, metals, and rare stones. These heavy banquets are what strengthen and nourish the beast's stone skeletons, and it is not uncommon to see a Stonehorn tusks and bones gradually take on the hues of its meals. Ogres often augment their mounts with scavenged bits of metal. These are hammered into different parts of the beast's body. Fangs are capped with steel, plates are fixed over the monster's vulnerable eyes, and blades are fixed to its tusks. Some of these additions are for show, but most make the Stonehorn more deadly. In truth, though, the beasts need little in the way of armor, for there are few things that can do to them any real harm. If a Stonehorn's skin is shorn away, the hard mineral skeleton beneath remains unharmed. The price for this hardiness, however, is that if the beast stands still for too long, its joints might fuse together and its rock bones grow together. So, like their masters, the Stonehorns are forever moving forward. Those that do shudder to halt become statues, their flesh turning to stone like their skeletons, until an ogre chips it away and grants them savage life once more. Stonehorns can draw inspiration from the once used real-world war elephants. A war elephant was once the elephant that is trained and guided by humans for combat. Elephantry, as it was once known, are military units with elephant-mounted troops. The war elephant's main use was to charge the enemy, breaking their ranks and instilling terror in the enemy. There is uncertainty as to when the elephant's warfare first started, but it is widely accepted that it began in ancient India. It is known that elephants were widely utilized in warfare by the later Vedic period by the 6th century BC. Ancient Indian kings certainly valued the elephants in war, some stating that an army without elephants is as deceptible as a forest without a lion, a kingdom without a king, or as valor unpaid by weapons. Elephants were used for warfare for the next 700 years throughout East Asia, Persia, and the Mediterranean, and even the Roman Empire utilized these war elephants. War elephants played a critical role in several key battles that shaped the military might of many kingdoms throughout antiquity, but their use declined with the spread of firearms in the early modern period. On the tabletop, the Stonehorn is as deadly as it is awesome. The Stonehorn starts the game with 12 to 13 wounds depending on the rider or riders. The Stonehorn, with its rock-hard horns, attack, and crushing hooves, can do, on an average, upwards of 9+ attacks with up to a -2 Ren and as much as 5 damage to the enemy unit. Its ability, known as Earth-Shattering Charge, states that on the charge, the Stonehorn gets to add 1 to the damage characteristic of its rock-hard horns and crushing hooves attacks, in the same attack sequence following its charge move. And if this happening after the charge isn't bad enough for the enemy player, there is an ability trait known as Trampling Charge. When the Stonehorn makes a charge move, you can pick one enemy unit within 1 inch of the unit and roll a number of dice equal to the unmodified charge move. Add 2 to each die if the unit is a monster, in this case a Stonehorn, or has 8 or more models. For each 6+, or in this case a 4+ for the Stonehorn, you can deal 1 mortal wound to the enemy unit. It also has an ability known as Stone Skeleton, which states the player rolls a dice each time a wound or mortal wound is allocated to this beast. On a 5+, that wound or mortal wound is negated. If you are an Ogre Mawtribes player, or a Destruction Allied player, and wish to field a Stonehorn on the tabletop, you can order one from Games Workshop, where you will get a multi-part plastic kit that contains all the necessary components to build a Stonehorn Beast Riders, a Frostlord on a Stonehorn, or a Huskard on a Stonehorn. This model comes with a Citadel 120 by 92 mm oval base. The kit can optionally be used to assemble a Frostlord, Huskard, or Beast Riders on a Thunder Tusk, but the Thunder Tusk is for not this topic, but for another Monster Monday. Thank you for spending this evening with me on Monster Monday, and as well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did enjoy this, please make sure to give this video a like or a thumbs up down below, maybe leave a comment and share it with your friends. All this helps this channel and lets me know that I'm doing a good job, and in turn, please promote us to other viewers. So thank you again, and we will see you next Monday for another Monster Monday.